All right, Patriots, buckle up because we're about to dive into the belly of the beast. Kamala Harris' campaign machine, from paid TikTok influencers to manipulated poll numbers. We are exposing it all. You won't believe the links they're going to create the illusion of support. And wait till you hear about the AI-generated photos that they're using to fool you. Is anything real anymore in this election? Stay tuned because this story is hotter than a rigged voting machine in November. That's right. So, speaking of illusions, let's talk about protecting your wealth from the smoke and mirrors of our current economy. Just as Kamala's campaign is trying to manipulate public perception, inflation is eroding your savings, but there is a way to see through the deception. Gold prices have surpassed $2,400 an ounce, reflecting a weakening U.S. dollar. Don't let political uncertainty erode your financial future. Global Gold Investments offers a 5-year IRA fee waiver program and expert guidance. Call 888-700-4148 or visit IRAGoldproof.com. It's linked down below. Mention Next News for VIP treatment in times of political chaos. Gold remains a stable haven. Okay, so we've got a lot to dig into in this first story of the night. So much is happening. Before I get into all of the stuff about Kamala Harris and the AI army, we're just getting word that Donald Trump had to do an emergency landing. This is just happening, an emergency landing. President Trump's plane diverted to Billings, Montana, rather than Bozeman due to a mechanical issue, according to KTVH. Secret Service is reportedly doing a sweep of the airport before Trump boards another private plane to Bozeman. This stuff legitimately has me concerned for Trump's safety. I'm totally on edge. I can't be the only one, right? Well, Nick, I will tell you this. Nick Sorter is the one who posted this breaking news on X. And this is something that has been a concern of mine for a while. Because the concerns of an assassination attempt they've been going on for a long time. Tucker's brought it up. He even asked President Trump about it months ago, and of course, we saw what happened in Pennsylvania. Okay, now I have always thought that, well, if they were going to try to do it, they would try to make it look like an accident. Whether they would attempt to, give him something, some tainted food, or perhaps make his plane have a malfunction. And here we have this very situation. Now, I'm not saying that this is another attempt on his life, but there have been concerns that there will be another attempt. And what's to say that this is not? Okay, but everyone's senses are up. Our spidey senses are tingling whenever we see a situation like this. Now, what's interesting, Tom McDonald, he made this post. He said, "Let me fix this headline." Now, the original headline, Donald Trump's plane forced to divert and make unexpected landing due to mechanical issue. And he fixes the headline. After failed assassination attempt, sabotaging Trump's plane has also failed. I don't even like talking about this stuff. It's terrifying to be the one that have to bring this news to you, but this is where we are, folks. This is where we are. And President Trump giving this message on as he was there.
A really beautiful place, Montana. So beautiful flying over, and you just look down, and that's the way it's supposed to be. But we have a very high rating in Montana. We have a lot of popularity. I like them, they like me. But I'm here to do some fundraisers, and most importantly, to support Tim Sheehy, who's running for the U.S. Senate. And we think he's going to do really well. We're going to have a rally, and it'll be a lot of fun. And then tomorrow we're going to do some more different stops, different states, all good, all great people. And we're leading in all of the polls now. Just about every poll has us leading. They found out that this is a phony that we're running against, a person that had no idea what she was doing on the border, has no idea what's happening with inflation, had no idea what they did when it came to Afghanistan, the most embarrassing day in the life of our country. There's never been anything so embarrassing. We should have gotten out with dignity and strength, not the way they got out. It's an embarrassment to our country. So we have a great campaign. We have something that's going to be really very important. It's called, we are going to make America great again. And it's going to happen very fast. We're going to become energy independent again. Prices are going to start going down, including for food, for energy, and everything else. And we're going to really do a job. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Trump. Now, simultaneously, as this is happening, there is also reporting that emergency trucks just pulled up outside the White House gates multiple entrances to the White House have now been blocked off. This is footage right now happening at the White House. As you can see, the emergency vehicles, there's still no clarification on what exactly is happening. So this literally moments ago, the White House appears to have been put into a lockdown situation with the emergency vehicles outside. This is another report. This is related to the
Is where Donald Trump's plane had to divert to tonight because of this mechanical issue. He landed safely. We are told by airport officials at that Billings airport that he does plan to continue to travel here to Bozeman. He's going to have to get on a private plane to do so. We just don't know when that flight is going to happen. As for what's happening on the ground here in Bozeman, you can see behind me, doors still have not opened up yet to this venue for his rally tonight. That was supposed to happen about 40 minutes ago at 6 p.m. Eastern time is when the doors were scheduled to open up. But we have a mass of thousands of people behind us right now still waiting to get in. The crowd is getting even bigger. Behind the camera right now, we got a snake of people, hundreds of them going through the parking lot here, basically overflow line, if you will. We don't know when Donald Trump is going to arrive here. We are just told that he will at some point.
Okay, so now we know that at least Trump landed safely. Everything's good. So we're still trying to find out what's happening at the White House. But let's take a look now. There's a lot of information that we need to disclose regarding Kamala Harris. We've got the Tucker Carlson documentary series that's about to launch. Now, we got some great stuff here. We got this election poll. This woman, we're going to talk about what she had to say. And, of course, Kamala Harris's brain-melting new ad. But I think we should really start this with this former Democrat torching Kamala Harris. And this was posted by the Kerry Lake War Room. It's about 3 minutes long, and it is worth all of your attention, my friends. Let's watch together.
Of my people, my name is Jade. I am a former Democrat. Unlike Kamala Harris, I'm an actual real-life black woman. And I'm a former Democrat who is currently registered Republican. I stand here before you today because I'm tired. I'm tired of the Democrats using the generational trauma of my people to garner votes. They invoke fear. They tell me I'm oppressed. They tell me I'm less than. They tell me I'm not good enough. And they tell me that my white brothers and sisters in Christ are my enemy. No. They are not. As a follower of Jesus Christ, Ephesians 5:11 tells me I must expose the works of the enemy. Amen. And the enemy is telling me that don't worry that I can't pay my bills, that I'm working 6 days a week this week and I'm tired. And I went to school and I have a career. I'm doing worse under this administration than in Donald Trump's administration, but I'm told to be afraid of a man who made my life better. Yep. How does that work? Make it make sense. During COVID, I knew more of my white guy friends that lost their jobs than me and my black girlfriends. We are the same in this country. All these Americans want the same thing. We want safety. We want prosperity. We want peace. And the Democrats keep going back and look, check it out, right? I honor my ancestors and the people who fought for us to be in this room here today. No one is discounting what my people went through, but honor them by getting past it and invoking forgiveness in this culture. I'm so tired of being told I need to be afraid. I'm so tired that I need to be told all the time that I have to vote for the Democrats who have done nothing positive for my life at all. My life is totally worse than it was during the Trump administration. Yet I kept having, you must vote for the Democrats. We're told this as black people since we were a child. Let's honor our ancestors by doing better and honor them, because they're rolling over in their graves hearing the fact that Kamala Harris is having Megan Thee Stallion twerk and showing our bodies as these just vessels of lust. That's not cool. These women out here are being told that Donald Trump is like their enemy, when really, Kamala Harris opening up the border, look what happened to Laken Riley. She's a woman. She was a woman just like I am. No woman, black or white, wants that to happen to her. All of these people whose kids are dying, the black moms, the white moms, they all cry the same color tears. Yes. So let's move past this. Let's vote for Donald Trump so we can all be prosperous again. Let's get out of this fear, this rage, and this anger because it comes from the devil. So hear me, black folks. Hear me, white folks. We are so much more alike than we are different. Oh, yeah.
Amen. Amen. Preach.
We need to forgive each other. We need to help each other. And I don't owe the Democrats anything. They owe me. They're to serve us. They're public servants. Stop putting them on a pedestal. Make them work for us.
Yeah, you go. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we've got that woman. She just totally broke the entire narrative of the Democrat Party. Now, Kamala Harris, listen to this. She is now trying to freshen up her message. This is according to Politico headline. Harris freshens up her message on the economy as Trump and Republicans go after her on inflation. DC Drano says, I'll fix inflation on day one. Well, exactly. Why didn't you fix it for the last 4 years? It shocks me that a politician can go on the stump and say on day one, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. You're the ones holding the reins of power now. Do it now. Show us. Show us you've got what it takes. But of course they can't. And all of the followers of Kamala, they can't even point to one single thing that she has done right. They can't even point to one thing. And to top it off, everything that is coming out of Kamala's mouth is completely scripted, copy and paste. She is avoiding the press like the plague. Kamala has not explained her failures on inflation, the border crisis, national security, crime, or foreign wars. She hasn't articulated a single policy plan to fix the mess she made. This is Trump War Room. She just repeats the same tired teleprompter lies that she has been spewing for months. You want to see it? You want to see the truth? Here it is.
Sticking with the essential same stump speech every single time.
It really is good to be back in Wisconsin. It is so good to be back in Michigan. Listen, let me tell you, I am clear. The path to the White House runs right through this state. And listen, I am clear. The path to the White House runs right through this state. I took on perpetrators of all kinds. I took on perpetrators of all kinds and had a summer job at McDonald's. I had a summer job at McDonald's. So hear me when I say, hear me, Detroit, when I say, I know Donald Trump's type. I know Donald Trump's type. And are we ready to fight for it? And are we ready to fight for it? And when we fight, we win.
Wow, how creepy was that?
Okay.
How creepy was that? Okay, now let's break it down. It's not uncommon for a stump speech to be similar because that's your speech. That's what you carry around the nation. That's the message you're trying to impress upon the people. Donald Trump, yes, if you've seen one rally, you've likely seen them all because the messages are very similar. But the thing is Donald Trump doesn't just sit there and rely on his teleprompter. The guy goes off script all day long. He takes unscripted questions from the press, and he doesn't need notes to call on the reporters to know the questions in advance. Doesn't happen. So Trump's message, when he goes to his rallies, they are unique and they are full of energy. But when you see Kamala Harris, she's not going off script. She is following the prompter to the line, as you just saw. Completely scripted, artificial. That's what we're getting with Kamala Harris, folks. Now, there was a beautiful message that I want to share with you today. This came to Reverend Damian Jones, posted this video. A church leader says, don't vote for Kamala Harris. Listen to this. It's a short clip. It's only about 17 seconds.
Get up with God. The Lord told me to warn you, don't vote blue no matter who. The lady is a witch. You vote her in, we're ushered into quicker judgment. Take that up with God. Take it up with God. The Lord told me to warn you, don't vote blue no matter who. The lady is a witch. You vote her in, we're ushered into quicker judgment.
Yeah, the lady is a witch. You heard it right there. She got the message from God. Now, this is an interesting poll that was just released. Rasmussen reports how to create a sea of blue. Time shift your results. Release. Done. They state Kamala Harris is not winning. They point to this CNBC and Rasmussen report. Complete 8-5, but held until 8-8. Released. The Rasmussen report released on 8-8. Look at this. Trump up. +2, +5. You see that? They are manipulating the poll results. And that's all the press needs to create the artificial feeling that she actually has support. They take these poll numbers and they run with them. Remember what happened in 2016 with Hillary Clinton? That's all they kept saying. Hillary's going to win. Hillary's going to win. It was a foregone conclusion. But then Trump stomped her. Because, of course, I'm sure they were probably working on a steal back then too. But Trump beat them by the margin that was required to beat the steal. And that's what we need right now. This is all happening right now. Okay, so this also, I wanted to bring this to your attention. This is the new Tucker Carlson documentary series that is about to be released. Tony on X, Tony X2 says this will be the greatest story ever told. Let's watch.
So we're standing exactly in the path where the president will walk out to the crowd about an hour from now, and there's a malfunction with the flag.
Be careful.
The hood's rocking with Trump. Trump's definitely got the black vote back.
Making America great again.
Donald Trump is the boss. And when you think you're in control, Donald Trump does something that says you're not in control.
You think Biden could do this? I don't think so.
What is the campaign specifically doing differently now?
If there's one word to describe it, it's just execution.
Biden's just taken the stage of the debate.
The standard is not, are you able to stand up for 90 minutes?
I can't even understand him right now.
Trump is like riding a great racehorse, right? You put the blinders on, you guide him into the corners, and you let him run.
Look at how many people are showing up for a rally. Everyone, please, just make sure you're ready. 30 seconds. Let's go, America!
The president's been shot. I repeat, the president's been shot.
Every time I see that footage of the assassination attempt, it breaks me. It breaks me. And the fact that they're compiling all this into a behind-the-scenes experience, I couldn't imagine what their cameras captured in this entire moment. But Tucker is on the case, and it's beautiful to see that this is all happening. We've also got this story here. Okay, so Kamala Harris campaign, they just dropped a new ad. Its content is telling us the failed border czar will be tough on the border and illegals if elected. Again, I raise the question. She's already in power. She's already at the top of the administration. But yet, you're going to wait until day one to fix the problem? Let's have a laugh, shall we?
Drug cartel. Kamala Harris has spent decades fighting violent crime. As a border state prosecutor, she took on drug cartels and jailed gang members for smuggling weapons and drugs across the border. As vice president, she backed the toughest border control bill in decades. And as president, she will hire thousands more border agents and crack down on fentanyl and human trafficking. Fixing the border is tough. So is Kamala Harris.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
I'd rather watch a Mr. Reagan ad personally. And I know actually he just did drop one. Let's see if we can find Mr. Reagan's new ad. Mr. Reagan USA. This is solid. This is a Tim Walz phone call parody. Let's see how many views. 737,000 views.
Hi, this is Tim.
It's Kamala Harris. Good morning, Governor.
Good morning, Madam Vice President.
Listen, you weren't my first choice. To be honest, you weren't even in my top 10. But no one else wants to run as my VP because they all know I'm going to lose. You are the only one who is willing to be my running mate.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically career suicide. But I did some dumb shit a few years back, and now I'm totally controlled by the deep state. And so they told me either I become your running mate or I get Epstein in a New York prison.
Now, the fact that we're both radical communists is a slight problem, but I got some instructions from Big Daddy Barack. Basically, we're going to pretend that you're a normal American white guy. There's a bunch of things you did that we got to run away from here. You passed a law requiring tampons in the boys' bathroom in schools. You basically cheered on the George Floyd rioters who burned down your cities. You implemented a snitch hotline during COVID. And Tim, you signed a law that allows the state to take custody of children if their parents refuse to let them transition. I mean, what the f***, Tim? We got a lot of cleanup to do here. But listen, we already got the mainstream media gaslighting America into thinking that you're super normal.
This is America's dad, America's football coach, and the teacher that's cool enough without trying to be cool.
A lot of people have noticed this sort of down-to-earth, likable quality to him.
He's very moderate in Congress.
A moderate Democrat, a centrist, but a more centrist.
Kind of a centrist Midwesterner in persona.
That's pretty funny because I'm weird as f***.
Americans are dumb, Tim. They'll believe anything we tell them.
They are so dumb, right?
They think I'm black. Okay, so here's the plan. In order to hide your own weirdness, we want you to accuse Trump and J.D. Vance of being weird. Just say it over and over again.
Weird, 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 weird. And then they start being weird. They're weird, 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 weird. Donald Trump's weirdness. Very weird, weird. It's just too weird. It's weird, weird. Okay, so how far left are we admitting to being here? Like, are we openly woke?
We have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah. No, we're flip-flopping on everything right now. We want to keep the voters confused. You know when your GPS suddenly starts rerouting inexplicably and you have no idea where you're going and you're afraid your GPS might just drive you off a cliff? We're exactly like that.
What do we say if reporters ask us about policy stuff?
Oh, we're not taking questions from reporters, Tim. We're not prepared for that. But if you do find yourself in a tricky spot with a reporter, just cackle.
Cackle.
Yeah, cackle.
You're considered the most liberal United States senator.
Somebody said that, and it actually was Mike Pence on the debate stage. But
yeah. And is that a socialist or progressive perspective?
No. What do you want to know?
Wow, that's horrifying.
Exactly. It's horrifying, but distracting. Okay, so Tim, tell me, your radical left political views, are those real?
Oh, no, of course not. No, honestly, I will have whatever political views you pay me to have.
I love it, Tim. You're like the white male version of me.
You're right. No one voted for me either. Hey, Kamala, let's see what can be unburdened by what has been.
All right, buddy. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.
Hey, you ever notice that Harris Waltz sounds like Harry Balls?
I had not noticed that. Thank you for that. Bye, Tim.
Mr. Reagan.
I'm Professor Sung Dissonance, and I approve this message.
Oh, man. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So, folks, we've got a lot of ground to cover tonight. And if that doesn't open up your eyes to the manipulation game being played, I don't know what will. Kamala's campaign is pulling out all the stops. Paid influencers, AI-generated supporters, and poll number shenanigans. But here's the thing. They wouldn't need to go to these links if they had real support. So stay vigilant. Question everything you see online. And remember, your vote is your voice. Don't let it be silenced by a TikTok dance or a fake Twitter profile. Keep watching Raw Feed because we'll be here peeling back the layers of deception and bringing you the truth they don't want you to see.